Now, D'Angelo posted that he's going to be doing a Verzuz on February 27th, and I am absolutely excited for this Verzuz experience. I really feel like we need a good follow-up Verzuz after the Verzuz with Keisha Cole and Ashanti, because, you know, no disrespect to those queens. You know, it was a bit rough and it was a bit late, and, you know, for us to have a Verzuz that's actually going to fill our souls back up, I think that would be absolutely amazing. So when D'Angelo posted D'Angelo versus friends, I was like, who are these friends and who is going against D'Angelo? Now, so like, I'm having all these thoughts that are going across my mind, right? I'm like, okay, are we bringing in the Vanguard? Are they going to be playing with you? Okay, but then are you going to be going against Music Soul Child, Maxwell, Raphael Sadiq? Like, how is this going to go? But at the same time, I'm also wondering, is the Verzuz brand trying to revamp how they present artists for the Verzuz experience? So D'Angelo is going to be performing at the Apollo Theater. So I'm just excited to see, you know, how things are going to play out with this Verzuz overall. Now, with D'Angelo, I can say that he is one of the artists that, you know, can put out a few albums and his music can hold us for years on end. You know, with him taking sabbaticals and you know, coming back and then taking another break and coming back, like, it's okay, because his music has sustenance and it has enough to hold him throughout the years. Like, for instance, Lauryn Hill put out one album, and to this day, decades later, we are still living off of the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. So with D'Angelo, you know, he's put out 3 albums. You have Brown Sugar that came out in 1995. You have Voodoo that came out in 2000. And then you have The Black Messiah that came out in 2014. And his music has, you know, happened to marinate throughout the years. We can still appreciate it. He can come back up today just as now and start playing, and we'll, you know, appreciate him and bring him in with loving arms. So another thing that I appreciate about D'Angelo is that he knows how to play multiple instruments, and that should be foundational for any artist, because you basically want to understand what you're doing. You want to understand the concepts of music so you can develop your sound, your vocals, so forth and so on. So D'Angelo knows how to play the organ, piano, drums, guitar, and saxophone. That's amazing, right? So you will find most artists, but not all artists, that can play at least one instrument or multiple instruments, and that helps in facilitating their vocals and them understanding the concepts of music. For instance, like, you have her, who knows how to play the guitar, drums, and piano, and she can sing. You have Prince, may he rest in peace, the legend. He knew how to play 27 instruments, y'all. So just to name a few, he knew how to play the guitar, the keyboard, the piano, the drums. Jimi Hendrix, guitar. Jamie Foxx, piano. You have Chloe and Haley, who know how to play the piano and the guitar. You have Jennifer Hudson, who is a natural born singer, right? But later on in life, she went on to learn how to play the piano, and just imagine her using her knowledge of how to play the piano as a tool for developing her vocals even more. So the list runs long of artists, again, that know how to play instruments, and has helped to facilitate their sound and their vocals. So here you have D'Angelo, who can be appreciated for, you know, going in the studio and not just letting somebody create a song for him and him just singing behind it. Like, he's a part of the process. Like, he's reading sheet music. He knows the notes. He can get on the guitar and create a song, guys. And that's authentic and real and absolutely amazing. So shouts out to him for giving us good music, not just a trash bucket of mess, you know? So, throughout the years, D'Angelo has given us, various hits such as Cruisin', Send It On, Brown Sugar, Lady, Me and Those Dreamy Eyes, When We Get By, Spanish Joint, Really Love, Be Here. And that song was done with Raphael Sadiq. And speaking of Raphael Sadiq, Tony is supposed to be getting back together. And I'm super excited. Like, they're supposed to be dropping a surprise EP, right? So I remember when Raphael Sadiq was on the Breakfast Club, and he was basically saying that he did not foresee the group getting back together because they had issues or whatnot. However, things have changed and they're supposed to be reuniting. So shout out to Tony. I mean, they put out some amazing hits as well. Now back to D'Angelo. Now, one hit that I did not mention, and it has to be discussed separately here, is the song Untitled. And that song was on the Voodoo album. And the song in itself, is extra sexy. He kept asking, how does it feel? You got to listen to the words of that song. That song is, a little freaky, But the video, child, when it first came out, ladies, if you remember, that video was hot. I mean, D'Angelo had the abs going on with the obliques that had the cut. He had a little V cut going on. The sweat, the braids, the black background. The video was simple. There was no fireworks, no lady, no party going on, nothing, no kind of, sexual scenes or whatever. Like, it was enough. It was art, and I loved it. And the ladies loved it. And that video was like definitely a turning point for like videos in general, and there's people that went on to like make parodies of the video, and it's all good, but the original video is what we really wanted. You understand? So D'Angelo has definitely set the tone for a lot of artists, guys. He has definitely been a game changer, but with game changers and people that have made influences in music, there's always people that have influenced them. So for D'Angelo, he's been influenced by Jimi Hendrix, Prince, James Brown, and Marvin Gaye. And you can see it in his stage presence and his performance and his style and the way that he dresses with the headband and the fedora. And, with all of those legendary artists, may they rest in peace, they've helped to develop and create the artist known as D'Angelo. So guys, just to close everything out, like, I'm super excited for this Verzuz, and I hope between now and the 27th we get some hints as to who's going to be at the Verzuz. But if not, like, we should be okay with the surprise of who we're going to see, right? So it's going to also be a great feeling to like hear music of sustenance again in one setting, because when mumble rap came around, like, it tainted the music realms. When words become incoherent in your songs, we have a problem. So it will be good to just feel again, feel music again, close your eyes and just let the music move you, because, I remember back in the day, like, it seemed like music didn't have any flaws. It seemed like every song that came out was a hit. But as time went on, it just like went left, So guys, I really feel like we can appreciate this Verzuz, which will feature good music. So leave your thoughts below. Tell me how you feel about this Verzuz, guys. All right, take care.